It is a great privilege to present this next award, and even greater privilege to know the couple who are about to receive it. Sinclair and May Louie are part of America's greatest generation. They were born in an era when our presidents were named Harding and Coolidge. Sinclair came to this country very young, with almost nothing, living in the small rooms of Chinatown, while finding companionship and friendship at the local YMCA. Barely of legal age, or perhaps not, he volunteered to fight in World War II and served under General Patton. The Army looked at him and decided he should be a cook. But Sinclair decided he wanted to drive tanks, and because of his determination and drive, eventually he did. When the war was over, May left medical studies in Hong Kong to join Sinclair in San Francisco. Together they opened up one business after another on Grant Avenue, employing over the years hundreds of young people, often shunned by employers in mainstream society. Some of those young people, no longer so young, are here tonight as leading attorneys or physicians. Throughout their lives, Sinclair and May have fought against discrimination without the support of the types of groups our community has today. When they wanted to buy a house in Seacliff, the neighborhood organized against them. But Sinclair and May never shied away from a fight for fair treatment, and eventually they got their house, despite threats of violence and intimidation, arming themselves with lawyers and moral resolve, knowing they were breaking barriers for all of us. Sinclair and May were a self-made success story, and as they achieved material comfort, they could have easily left the community behind, but they never did. They got involved in local civic activities and worked to improve Chinatown and engage Chinese Americans in all aspects of society. They passed along their ethos of community involvement and contribution to their children. Their daughters, Betty and Eva, continued to be involved in the community, and their late son, Robert, was active in CAA before he passed away too young. Over the decades, Sinclair and May have been leading patron saints and philanthropists in the San Francisco Chinatown community, giving back staggering amounts to various causes and groups they believe in, and emerged as role models in countless ways. With their unique charisma and dogged determination, Sinclair and May were fighting for civil rights before CAA existed and helped make the work we do possible today. They are nothing short of remarkable. Please join me in presenting this award to May Louie, who is receiving it for both her and Sinclair.
On behalf of my husband Sinclair and myself, I would like to thank CAA for honoring us tonight. We are deeply touched by this great honor. My husband Sinclair cannot be with us tonight because of health reasons, but he sent you all his best regards. We have been in business in Chinatown for over half a century, until we retired 10 years ago when my husband suffered a stroke. Today, our daughter Betty is still running our business, and our other daughter Eva is very involved with the San Francisco Chinatown August Moon Festival. When we immigrated to this country 62 years ago, Chinatown was our first home. We lived in the attic at the back of our gift store on Grand Avenue. We later rented a small apartment at North Beach and later to an apartment on Nob Hill. When our children were growing up, our dream was to buy a home with lots of open space for our children. After apartment hunting for the living for the first 9 years, we decided it was time for us to buy a home. That was in the year 1958. We began house hunting. We saw a row of 20 newly built modest homes built on a cul-de-sac in the Richmond district. We thought it would be a safe street for our children. It was also close to public elementary and junior high schools. There were homes for sale signs all over that street. We approached a salesman who quoted us the home prices. We immediately signed a contract and offered him the asking price for one of his homes. We then realized that besides having money to buy the home would not be enough. The salesman told us directly to our face that he was not allowed to sell the house to us because we were Chinese, and that he had to abide by the laws of the seller. Since we were determined to buy this home, we approached our Jewish attorney, who found a friend who would do this transaction for us for a fee of $1,000, which was an enormous sum at that time. His friend then took title and then transferred the title back to our names after we paid $30,000 for the home. After we lived in a modest home on Marlville Court for 7 years, we fell in love with the Sinclair homes, which was just a few blocks away from our home. Our next dream was to buy one of those nice homes in the Sinclair area. One day we noticed a for sale sign in front of 840 El Camino del Mar at Sinclair area. We approached the real estate agent, Harold Baer of Milton Meyer Real Estate. This company had a monopoly on real estate sales in the Sinclair area at that time. The full asking price for this beautiful home, according to Baer, was $168,000. Despite offering the full selling price, we were rejected. We discovered in our dismay that the discrimination we had experienced earlier at Marlville Court was nothing compared to the resistance we would encounter trying to move into the exclusive Sinclair area. Baer told us that one of our would-be neighbors, a Jewish tycoon, forbade him to sell us that home for fear that our presence might reduce property values, and also he did not want Chinese neighbors. A couple of months later, we saw a one-story, one-bedroom bungalow in the Sinclair area that came up for a probate sale. This meant that all bids would be made in sealed envelopes, and the highest bidder would own the house, period. The minimum bid was $85,000. To make sure that we outbid the rest, we offered them $98,000. When the officer of the bank opened the envelope, we were the highest bidder. They had no choice but to sell us the property. This transaction started lots of fireworks in the Sinclair area.